Hold on one second.
Okay.
Part two
All
is
right.
brought to you by Pine
We
Tar.
actually took a
Pine
break.
Tar. Put it on your bat. Smack your friend in the face. Pine Tar. All
We
right.
actually we actually took a break and see what else we're going to talk about here. Let's see. Well, maybe I'll finish up this thing. So I was going over the hitters that had done well. Also, Nolan Gorman for Baked and Alvarez for Satch. Adam Frazier for who's on Bazzotti now. I think he just picked him up. And then Brendan Donovan for the McBrides. Those guys were all in the top, over the weekend.
And Donovan was one of the 10 that was picked up after the draft. He was still
Yeah,
out there. He was one of the ones that got in that group of 10.
yeah, I had him very late in the year last year, and I dropped him because he wasn't a starter, and then I regretted doing that. But I don't know, St. Louis. It's hard to figure out their depth chart sometimes because they have Gorman there and Edmund. So but he's definitely a quality player, and he qualifies first, second, third, short, left, and right. That's kind of nice.
Did you see the common theme in these first 25? There's a common theme there.
Like middle infielders or something, or
No, none of my players are anywhere in the top 25.
well, you went 0-3. I mean, it's early. It's what 2%, right?
Yeah, but I could have a batter up there or something.
I didn't. I didn't
I go to the
include.
second 25. Maybe I'll have some there.
This will make you feel better. I didn't include the prediction model, whatever I call it, because it actually had a negative correlation at this point in the season. So the better you're doing is bad according to the correlations, and the worse you're doing is better. So
Well,
next week there's a positive correlation.
so basically, I've got two guys in the top 50 position players so far. Ay, ay, ay.
And then pitching wise, let's see. I copied that over too. Pitching. Well, I already talked about Savali or whatever, and Strider. And then Jeffrey Springs for the Cows had
Oh,
25,
yeah. He had a great
25 point
game.
start.
6 innings pitched, no runs, a walk, 12 Ks.
And then Ashcraft for the Reds, who's on nobody's team, he had a 25-point start. Stroman for the Cubs, is on Spears' team. He had 25.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Lugo, who always wanted to be a starter with the Mets, and he only qualifies at relief pitcher right now on Yahoo, had a 25-point start.
Did you see the play that Kyle Freeland made from the mound? It wasn't really much from the mound as much as it was from the third baseline. I don't know if it was a swinging bunt or a bunt,
I
but he
did see
ran
it.
over there,
I saw
grabbed
it,
it.
on replay. I did see it.
Yeah, he did that jump in the air, turn around, and threw him out. And I'm like, holy shit! And that's a lefty doing that. That's not like some right-handed third baseman doing that shit or a right-handed shortstop. That's a lefty pitcher doing that.
Yeah, I
That
always
was
root for
pretty
him.
sick.
I always root for him because how on earth are the Rockies going to be competitive unless they, have pitchers that want to play there? And luckily, Freeland is from the area. I don't know if he's from Colorado. He's from close to Denver, and he was actually a Rockies fan. So that's got to be like less than 1% of the population, right? Baseball playing population. So
Yeah, you kind of got to root for him that he becomes like the ace of that staff and has a good season. I mean, any kind of hometown kid, that's like a dream. Hell, if I played for the Cubs, that'd be awesome, or the Sox for that matter. You know,
and the much maligned Garrett Cole. I don't know if you guys get that as much out there, but in New York, people are down on him, and I don't know why. I mean,
well, it was that sticky shit, that
I don't
spin
know.
rate stuff.
His PR isn't so great, but he pitches. He'll give you 30 starts a year, and as a Mets fan, I really appreciate that because we have a bunch of guys who, man, they're good when they pitch. Well, actually, this year I don't even know how good they're going to be, but but they're not going to, give you consistent innings like Cole does. So
Well,
he's
you
a
got
good.
a couple of good games out of Savali and Sonny Gray, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sonny Gray had a good start. Let me see who else I
Savali
mentioned.
had the best start of anybody so far, 28.
And we rounding out our 25-point start guys, we had Tyler Anderson for Satch. And then Sombreros had a couple of 20. No, they had Lizardo got a 24-point start, and Lizardo got a 24-point start, and Pablo Lopez got a 23-point start. So I don't know. I guess that's enough of the starting pitchers that did well
Speaking of starting pitchers doing well, I'm already in the hole. Both my pitchers are minus right now.
tonight.
Edwards gave up a run in the first, and Ryan Nelson gave up 2 in the first. And one was to my guy, Juan Soto, who hit a home run off of him.
No, that's
Two-run home
nice.
run.
So you probably made out points wise there.
Yeah,
More of a wash than you'd like.
yeah.
I had tonight. I had the Brewers starter Freddie Peralta had 25 points, but then I also had Cueto and got -9 in one inning of work. I think it was so that wasn't too good. So we'll see how long Cueto lasts on my team. So we'll see.
Old Johnny Cueto. Remember when he came up, he was skinny. He was like a twig.
Yeah, well, I have the $1 staff, and it's not a surprise that Cueto might not be on my team for a long time. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're the one that paid the least amount for any pitching, the whole pitching staff. Is that it was $1 all the way down?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a failure on my GMing that I didn't trade away some of these valuable matching guys that like Bieber, Nola, Darvish, and I pretty much knew I wasn't going to get those guys, and I should have traded them away, but I was a little lazy, I guess, this offseason. I don't know.
But look at what your pitching staff that you do have did for you in your first week. Pretty
Yeah,
pretty badass.
yeah, they did okay. We'll
Did a
see.
lot better than mine. And I thought mine did fairly decent.
I've got guys that haven't pitched yet because they're on the lower part of the on the depth chart. So like I've got Wade Miley still, yet to pitch. I think he pitches tomorrow, maybe, or the next day. I can't remember, but so Wade Miley. When you have him on your team, you're like, yeah, okay, well, probably won't be there in September, so we'll see. But on
You're
the other
having a day
extreme,
though. You're having a day. You've got Yastrzemski getting you 12. You have Brian Reynolds that's got you 12.
yeah, that's nice. That's nice, especially Yaz. I mean, he got so much hate at the auction. Yeah, he's a reasonable player to take this late, and he was still getting no love, no love.
Larkins, Trevor Larnock, 11 points today.
Oh man, I think he was doing well even before today, wasn't he? Yeah.
Let's see. Austin Riley hit a moonshot. What I heard. Jordan Alvarez a home run. Devers a home run. Goldschmidt a home run for Mr. Paging Dr. Satchel. And Acuna got one for Mr. Sombrero. Eight
So I've
points
got
for
this.
Bellinger. He had a 3-run home run in the first inning,
Ooh,
and the Cubs still lost.
yeah, Bellinger's an interesting one too. I mean, I think it's
I
more
actually
like
tried to trade for him, and Doug never got back with me. We chatted for a second. He's like, "Let me look it over," and then he just, I don't know. He never reached back out. So,
when was that?
oh, that was probably about midway through, like probably start of the waivers.
Oh, off season. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's working on that house, so probably didn't have any time.
I think the closing date was today, I think. So
Hopefully it closed.
you might see a lot more of the Baked McBrides after today. I don't know the exact dates, but I remember April 3rd being the
Maybe
day.
he should be our first guest.
But if you
So
think of
you
it, Bellinger, if he's going to turn it around, it's probably more likely that something weird will happen that he'll be able to turn around, on a different team, sort of. Like it's just more likely that it'll jumpstart him. I don't know. Like
yeah, I'm hoping that. I think that's what everybody's hoping right now at this point.
it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense that you would be at that. Yelich is the same way. Like it doesn't make any sense that you would be at a certain level and then drop off the face of the earth. And they're not old. I mean, they're not like they're 37-year-old guys. So
Right. I think he's another one of those guys that's going to benefit a little bit from not having to shift over, you know, keeping the shortstop on the shortstop side of the bag. Um, I think he's going to benefit from that. I think Kyle Schwarber is going to benefit from that. Any of your pull hitters, guys that really rake to the same side that they were hitting on, um, this is going to benefit them greatly because now you're not cutting off that avenue for a ball to get through. So I think their averages are going to go up a little bit. Um, how much is to be seen, but at least 15 to 20 points.
I remember seeing that some article in the offseason that Corey Seager was going to be a real beneficiary of that, and you always think of Gallo with but somebody did point out about Gallo that you have to actually make contact
Yeah, I
for
know.
that
Most
in
strikeouts
order
and shit.
for that to come into play. So maybe Gallo won't benefit as much as you'd think, but he'll definitely benefit. But Seager, I think Satch got Seager in the offseason, maybe. I can't remember. Or he poached him. I can't remember.
Uh,
Or traded
you
for
know,
him.
he traded, I think, Trey Turner as part of that Turner deal. Let me go back and look. I've got the sheet up here, and let's just look at the trades. So let's
Because when
see
I
here.
when I saw that, I was like, well, I think I
Yeah,
know.
so he traded Trey Turner, Tovar, and Luis Castillo to Gambler Spear for Seager and Lance Lynn.
Luis Castillo, the pitcher on the Mariners.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big haul. But
And Tovar is that shortstop from Colorado. So Spear made out like a bandit. I mean, Trey Turner is probably people should be paying probably about $90 to $100 for that guy.
what is his salary, Turner?
This year he went up. I think he was in his 70s. Hold on one second.
I've actually
71,
91,
71.
71. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a reasonable salary for Turner. But what Phil's thinking there too. I mean, like Seager could be a monster this year without the shift. So
That's true. And he got him at 33, which allowed him to afford other people.
so before I forget, I wanted to go over the pitchers that got rocked their first start. And first on the list is Chris Bassett for Let's Play. He had minus 17 points, but I don't think Bassett. I think Bassett was a $1 guy, so it's not like you spent a lot of money on him. And it's not
Well,
like
I've got it up right here. Bassett was a $1 guy.
yeah, and it's not like he's not going to pitch well. And um, the Holy Cows have Fujinami for Oakland, and he has minus 17. I don't even know if he was in.
Ooh.
He only qualified at reliever, and I don't know if Norm even had him in. Chris Sale for the Sombreros at minus 12. Kimbrel for the McBrides at minus 8. And then Dean Kramer for Bizzotti at minus 6. Actually, the next three are Bizzotti guys. Corey Kluber at minus 5.
Well, now you know why Paul ended
Yeah.
up with me in the basement there.
Buddha predicted that, said that Bizzotti deserved to have I think a negative half a win and 3.5 losses. That was the joke I was trying to make on the email, but I said less than a win. But actually, Buddha said that he deserved negative wins. So, but it's not so bad to do that. If you're going to go 0-3, why are you going to waste some points? So, but let's see, and then let's see. So I had Dean Kramer, Kluber, and Michaelis for Posadi, and then Alec Manoah had -5 also for the knockers, and Aaron Nola had -4 for Hack. So obviously, I think we can expect more production from those guys going forward. I don't think they're going to finish in the negative.
Yeah, but here's the free agent bad ones. Spencer Turnbull of Detroit -14. Julian Merriweather, relief pitcher. This dude pitched .2 innings. .2, got 2 outs, gave up 5 hits, 5 earned runs. Ay, ay, ay. 2 walks. Terrible.
Yeah.
Sir Anthony Dominguez. I read up on this guy. I was taking a look at him, and they said his velocity has dropped. So they think there might be a problem there, which made me stay the hell away from him in the auction. He's already at -12, and he doesn't even have an out recorded. He's given up 3 hits and 4 earned runs.
Oh, that's right. No innings pitched. He's pitched the same amount of innings
As I have.
Yeah. So I'm worth more than Sir Anthony.
Yeah. Oy. Right. Well,
I guess I don't know. I guess we don't have much more to say. The auction in your basement was just fantastic. I hope that we have a full slate of guys there next year.
oh yeah,
'Cause it's just perfect. I mean,
it works. It
we
works. You
don't
want to
have
go
to
lounge out for a second? There's a couch there. Sit at the
we don't have
bar and have a
to
shot. You can sit at the bar.
we don't have to wait at the bar to get drinks and all this. It's a perfect situation. I hope that the guys that weren't there this year will be there next year, and they'll see. Well, Sean has already done an auction at your place, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think he came out.
Sean's seen it, so it's only so was
Tiger.
Doug there? Was Doug there last year?
I don't think so.
So and Steiger hasn't. Dave Steiger hasn't been there since 2019, right? So
It's been a while.
yeah. So those two guys, but it's just it's perfect. It's great. It was a great place to have the auction. Yeah.
I'm already looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we
All
can
right.
make it a little bit of a longer event.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we could
have
get
a
the
meetup pregame on Friday or something like that with everybody. I don't know. That might be asking a little much. Get people in trouble with their wives and shit.
do what? Do what like a Friday night thing? What?
No, just everybody meet up the day before somewhere on a Friday, or maybe I'll have a barbecue.
Yeah. Or
Really
post
depends on the weather. I don't know. We'll figure
post
something out.
auction barbecue. Yeah, I
Just
know it
get
was like
your ass here
snowing.
a day earlier.
Yeah, I know it was like snowing at least early on in the auction. It was snowing, so I think Chad said they had like a few inches up in Maple Park. Is that where he lives?
Elburn.
Elburn.
Yeah.
But in Chicago, it's not. Didn't stick, but it did snow.
Well, as of right now, it's been in the 50s, and it was in the 60s a little bit today. It's going to be in the 60s most of the week with a couple of days in the 50s. But yeah, we're getting bad storms now. We had one roll through the other day, pretty much tornadoes and shit. And now we've got another one coming probably tomorrow. Tomorrow, rain starting tonight. Bigger shit coming tomorrow. So we'll see. Gotta wash all this winter schmutz out of here.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I can't think of anything else to cover. I don't know. We did a little general baseball, right? We
Yeah.
oh,
Uh,
I the other general baseball story I saw was Rendon like getting into a fight with some fan. Did you see
oh,
that? Did you see that?
yeah.
Like
He originally got
he
5 games
grabbed him by
suspended
the
and then immediately appealed. And then they said, okay, 4. I was like, okay, what the fuck is you're wasting people's time? Okay, oh, you put it out there at 5, and then it's like, okay, then we cut it down to 4. Doesn't make sense.
I think
Like if you're
Rendon's
gonna
got
give him a
a
penalty, give him a penalty. Sit there and like fucking negotiate your fucking fate on something like this. It's stupid. Give him the damn 5 games,
yeah.
and be done with it. Do you see
Rendon's
kids in
just
high school getting put in detention, fucking start negotiating the fucking terms of their release? No. It makes no sense.
Rendon's got to realize, I mean, he's making more money in I don't know what period of time than this guy's going to make the rest of his life. Just like, just be like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, you gotta let that shit roll off. Who cares, man? You've probably been called words you didn't even hear. What are you gonna do? Fight the whole fucking world?
And he's like from 2 feet below the guy. Like he's on field level, and the guy's like, and he's like trying, he grabs his shirt and then he takes a swing at him and he misses him by like 2 feet. I mean, good for him because it would have been worse. But it reminded me of the scene in The Godfather with Sonny Corleone and and the guy that married his sister.
Oh yeah,
That's I can't believe that made it through the cut because like
Arlo.
if you watch that scene by the garbage cans, he misses him by like a foot, and they let it roll. They're it's such a near perfect movie, and I can't believe they wouldn't go like, oh, hold on, that was way off,
Yeah,
like, with
and then did you see Trout the whole
Carlo.
time looking back at that, going, "What the fuck?"
Was it?
You see Trout looking back at that the whole time?
No, no,
Oh yeah, he's just like stopped and he's just like checking it out, making sure everything's cool. And
no.
then as he started to walk away, that's when he let go and tried to hit him at the
Yeah.
same time.
So
I
come
didn't
on,
think
Rendon.
Rendon was like that, man.
Rendon should just concentrate on staying healthy this year, maybe being worth 60% of that salary. This from this day forward. I mean, because he's been worth almost nothing until now. So
Yeah, that could be where some of the frustrations coming from too. Got to practice, can't take it.
uh, that was the other general baseball story I wanted to bring up for. So,
Well,
all right.
excellent, man.
Do you
Well,
want to cut it?
yeah, I think
All
we've
right.
got enough today.
All
Uh,
right.
how do I get how I get this over to you?
All right. We'll see if I get this posted on YouTube and try it
Yeah, I
again.
got to figure out how to email this over to you. This could be big.
I'm trying to get an intro together uh, for it. It's hard for me because I'm not a technically adept person. So,
Yeah, me either. Comes with the territory.
all right, Jeff. Well, I'll see you next week.
All right, signing off. I
All
will
right.
see you next week, and we'll
All right.
be back here talking about our personal bullshit and more baseball.
All right.
See you, buddy.
See you.